Wow. So, the commencement ceremony for Tufts Gordon Institute of the School of Engineering will now be in order. You know, this is an amazing year, and most commencement speaks, someone stands up here and tells you inspiring words that should spread out into the world and send you on your way. But as all of us know who have gone through these kinds of things, none of us remember whatever gets said at a commencement ceremony. So I won't be boring you today with any kind of long-winded postulations, because one of the things I realized in thinking about it is you can actually write your own commencement speech. You know, as a result of this past year and the 2 years you've been in the program, you've actually discovered more wisdom than I could ever share with you. So let's start with a simple one. Think back about things that really upset you. So maybe it was in March when you found out you're going to go all online, where you're going to go all virtual, where you're going to miss the opportunity to have dinners every week with your colleagues and friends and work on projects together. And think how you felt, the angst you felt, the anger you felt. But then think about what you did. You let it go. You then figured out how to make good with what we had with the virtual environment, how to network with your friends on the Zoom links, how to collaborate, how to continue moving forward by letting go of the past. You know, many of us, we carry lots of burdens on our emotional burdens about things that happened to us in the past. You know, for me, I carried great sadness when I lost my mother, and I just kept thinking, what if I had done this, what if I had done that? But then I realized it's like carrying a rock up a hill. And if you let the rock go, you're free. It's like that Eskimo saying, you know, yesterday is ashes, tomorrow is wood, only today does the fire burn brightly. It's really to remind us that there's nothing we can do about the past. Let it go. Let it go. And the future is the future, so in the present, live in the present. The second piece of advice, that all comes from you, right? You experienced it, you saw that yourself, is think of a moment when you were actually pushing yourself to do something that you did not think you could do or that you were embarrassed about. There's a famous story about Richard Feynman, who was the famous physicist during the nuclear Manhattan Project. Of course, Richard was a mathematician, but Robert Oppenheimer asked him to go up to Tennessee to where they were making heavy water, which is a very, very chemical process engineering type thing, and figure out why they weren't able to get the high production values they needed. And Richard said, I know nothing about this. Why are you sending me? And Robert said, no, you're a smart guy, you'll figure it out. So Richard goes up there and looks at all these plans. They all roll it out for him, the whole building plan, all the plumbing and everything. Richard has no idea what he's looking at. So he figures, well, I might as well start by asking a question. So he points to the middle of the diagram, points to something, this little mark, and he goes, what's this? And everyone pauses. There's some talk. And all of a sudden they say, wait a minute, that's why the plant's not working. And they say, oh, Richard, you're a genius. Richard, meanwhile, was thinking to himself, I didn't even know it was a valve. I didn't know what it was. I was just asking, what is this? So there's a lot of value to just being able to ask a question, even if you think that it's something that you should know the answer to. Have the confidence. Have the confidence to ask yourself those questions, and have the confidence to actually share your ideas. You know, you can think of the moments in this program where you had to stand up and give a speech and then be able to say, I'm putting myself in an uncomfortable place. I know Mary likes to tell me how many times that is her favorite day, when you stand up and see people stretch themselves and do things they didn't expect. But that's the feeling of confidence that we want you to have when you leave here and you step out into the world. It's confidence in your own ideas, confidence in your own thoughts. Trust that. The last thing is, think about everyone in this room that helped you get through this. Look to your left, look to your right. Imagine all those relationships you formed. That community, we hope, is a community you'll rely on, you'll stay in touch with for the rest of your professional career and beyond. Because for all of us, it's building this community and helping each other that makes it special. You are all now part of the Gordon Institute community. You have us for life. We hope that you'll continue to stay in touch with us, reach back to us for advice and counsel. But please, we welcome you too, because it's a long journey and you'll continuously learn, and we hope that you'll be part of that all across the whole arc of your professional life. So congratulations, and let's proceed with the ceremony. We shall now recognize the candidates for the degree of Master of Engineering Management. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to let Mary speak. Apologies. Sorry, Mary.
I missed opportunity to address these folks one last time. So congratulations. You are awesome. Not a lot of applause here, but let's make a lot of noise. And wow, today is your day. And congratulations to your family and friends who have been key in their support of you over the past 2 years. They're not here, but I'm sure they'll be watching this on video. So, and then finally, I just want to acknowledge a thanks to the faculty and staff who have also made this very special experience, despite all the barriers that have been thrown to us. Well, you know, it seems like it was just yesterday that you were all here gathered for the information sessions and orientation sessions, and it was August and it was hot. And wow, you have come a long way. You remember those days when, you know, your mental models were feelings? What does that have to do with leadership, right? And so many opportunities that you have seized to help you grow and develop in unbelievable ways. And you know, so you 2 years later have a lot of skills, a lot of knowledge, and at this point in time, it's really up to you to make that very personal decision as to whether you want to lead. Every moment, every challenge requires you to recommit. So I hope you are up for it. You are families, your friends, your companies, your organizations need your help today more than ever, and you can do it. So while this may be the end of the 2-year program, I hope from the bottom of my heart that it's not the end of our long-term relationship, and that you continue to visit and keep us informed and reach out so that we can help each other make a difference in the world. Thank you. Sam?
Thanks very much, Mary, and hello, everybody. It's nice to see you, masks and all. Very nice to see you. I'd like very much to offer my congratulations and best wishes to our graduates and your families. Note the hard work and sacrifices that you all had to make to get your MSEM degree. And you know, we all know the world is a very different place today than it was when you started your journey at Tufts. You had to overcome many obstacles, face many challenges, and you did. And you're here today to participate in this joyous occasion. And you overcame these obstacles with distinction and conviction. And so I'd like to encourage you to use your knowledge and the competencies that you've acquired at Tufts from each other and in the classroom to conquer the new challenges and embrace the many opportunities that are sure to come your way. And I suggest that you experiment and you take measured risks. You challenge the status quo. And also exercise your curiosity, and in doing so, help make society a better place, and also find ways to improve the human condition. And I'd like you to know that it's been a privilege and a great joy to work with you, and I and the rest of the faculty look forward to hearing about your accomplishments and your successes in the years ahead. So, good luck, stay well, and please stay in touch. Thanks.
We shall now begin the presentation for candidates We shall now begin the presentation by department of candidates for the respective degrees. Candidates shall come to the stage to receive their congratulations on behalf of the department and faculty. We shall begin then with recognizing the candidates for the master's degree in engineering management. Will the candidates please rise? Members of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present to you these candidates for the degree of Master of Engineering Management. On behalf of the faculty of the School of Engineering, I ask that these degrees now be conferred. Mary? Begin reading the names. Yeah.
Gregory D. Aber. Chelsea Bledsoe. Ride Chawla. Daniel Chen. Alberta Kolakovic. Kristen Cullity. Congratulations. Anthony Guerra. Daniel King. Bradford Kolsky. Kathleen Kwasniak. Alexander Murphy. Ashwini Rao. Alejandro Suarez. Michael Wang. Brandon Wong.
We would now like to recognize the candidates for degrees who are learning remotely or unable to attend today's ceremony in person, but are watching the proceedings remotely. We will now read their names in alphabetical order. Students have been invited to upload videos of themselves so that their images can be part of the ceremony's proceedings. Sam?
Thanks, Kevin. Parker David Abell. Emily M. Anderson. Angela Beaulieu. Mickey Borganisht. Paul J. Boss. Justin Brumall. Julia Bouchel. Keith Davidson. Matthew Diamond Jones. Baksan Dinha. Mariana Dominguez Lash. Mark A. Ellis. Ella Ingalls. Catherine H. Hahn. Ted Hahn. Michael Joe. Mitchell Johnson. Nicole McColgan. Molly E. McGovern. Abigail Mirault. Anthony Owusu. Lauren Pallister. Michelle Parzial. Isabella Passero. Alexandros Pisios. William Pope. Kevin E. Rose. Evan J. Starr. Marcia Steger. Dylan Thorpe. Connor Tower. Matthew Walter. Steve Zakarski. Thank you.
Has anyone present not been recognized? Okay, so as the recessional music begins, we would like to ask students to recess first, starting from the last row, working our way to the front of the auditorium. Faculty members will follow after the students. Please continue outside and remember to stay socially distanced even after you exit the building. But before you leave, I just want to share two other thoughts. One is, take a moment to think back way back to the first time you remember someone, maybe it was in school, maybe it was an activity, who really believed in you, who believed deeply in you and what you could do, and how that made you feel. Maybe it was a teacher, it was the first teacher who said, no, I know you can do better. Or I know the sports coach who could say, oh yes, but you can stretch more. And think about how that felt to have that moment where you felt special yourself and how happy it made you feel and how gracious you were for that person's loving support. You know, one of the big secrets of teaching is supposedly we're teaching you, but the reality is we learn so much from you. And for that, we're all very deeply appreciative. So thank you all very much for giving us the opportunity to intersect with your lives, to learn with you, to be part of your community. And we look forward to staying in touch with all of you and sharing in the life you have us. So congratulations, and let's make some noise. Thank you.
T-U-F-T-S, T-U-F-T-S, hurrah, 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 the dear old brown and steady and true, rush along, brown and blue. Raise the mighty score to stay.